Cabbage is a must-have in the garden, and today we're going to show you what it looks like to grow it from seed all the way till the very end of harvest. And we get to see exactly how many pounds of this Napa cabbage was actually harvested. Hi, I'm Maya, and welcome to our backyard garden. We're a family of 4 trying to grow as much food as possible right here in our own backyard. Every week, we show you what it really looks like to grow, maintain, and preserve your harvest, all while enjoying time as a family. Join us every week for a new episode as we share our ups and downs of our garden journey. Hello, friends, and welcome back. Let's jump into exactly how we started these Napa cabbage seeds. So what we like to do is use soil blocks. It allows us to start a lot of seeds in one small area. But if you don't have it, you can very easily use little solo cups. Now, the exact name of this is a Hilton Chinese cabbage. I actually bought these seeds from Baker Creek Seeds or rareseeds.com. And all we're doing is making sure we plant the seed, moisten the soil, and we're just gonna stick it under the light and wait for it to pop up and emerge. If you're interested in our grow setup, I have a video linked on the channel and I'll link it down below. Now, this is them probably at a good 3 weeks. My biggest tip to you when starting them indoors is making sure that they get adequate light, because if you don't, you're gonna have some that are significantly smaller and are stunted because they are not able to get the amount of sunlight that they need. So that's a tip that I will use for next year and that you can use right now. So the very cool thing is that cabbage really didn't need much for me. It just needed the adequate light and water. And after about 6 weeks, it was ready to get these guys transition into the ground, which is a thing called hardening off. I've got a video of exactly what these cabbages went through when they got to go outside. Now, I can say they sat out here for a while before we transplanted them into the ground, and they look sad. But the cool thing about plants is that they are very resilient. So here's about 3 to 2 weeks of them being in the garden. They're now accompanied by lettuce and also broccoli. And in these empty patches, I actually put radishes to help suppress any kind of weeds, but I didn't need to do that because this particular cabbage is huge, just ginormous. And in 2 weeks, it significantly grew when the heat got hotter, and wow, it is just a stunner. Another thing is that cabbages do best in cool temperatures in the fall. Now, there are cabbage moths, cabbage lopers, some people call them, but those ugly looking caterpillars will eat up your brassicas in just a matter of months, and they will be dwindled down. So I am going to pick these early, and I'm going to replant these in the fall to get larger heads. And honestly, look how big it is already, and this is not even to full maturity. I just cannot fathom what they will look like in the fall when they have enough space, enough time, and it is their right temperature. When it comes to processing, I am always going to do this outside because I am not letting no spiders or worms or anything come into the house. So this is just a really helpful thing that I do for a pre-wash before I put them into the garden. And as I took that out, I saw that there was so much cabbage poop. So I very much the next day went out and took all of them out of the ground. And this is what that harvest looked like. Okay, let's pick another cabbage. Ooh. When it comes to harvesting your cabbage or any kind of leafy green, I'm always going to suggest that you do it in the morning. You're going to get sweeter leaves, and they're going to be nice and perky and very happy to see you. I made the mistake of harvesting bok choy in the middle of the day, and that was the saddest little wilty bok choy that I had ever harvested before. So learn from me, please harvest in the morning if you can, and if not, at night is going to be way better than the heat of the day. Altogether, we planted 8 Napa cabbages. Now, these things need a lot of space and a lot of room, and I'm dedicating probably a lot of beds to having this cabbage because it is so delicious. Spoiler alert, I have already made this into kraut, to kimchi, and dehydrated. So if you want a part 2 on how to do that, please be looking out for the channel and subscribe. But let's get back to this cabbage. Now, this is how I mass process things outside, and this is another reason, a good example of why I do it. It is so much stuff coming in at once that if I pre-wash, kind of pre-rinse, get all the ick off before I wash them in the house, this is just makes it 10 times easier for me to be able to handle them inside. Because if I took all of that inside, my house is overwhelmed already. It's just gonna add it, and honestly, my ADHD is gonna let me not do it. So outside is the best. So if that tip doesn't work for you, or if you don't have a huge kitchen, then that is definitely your thing. Now, this ended up being about 6 pounds, and this is actually missing that one head. So I'm gonna say maybe 6, maybe 7 pounds. But for this not going to maturity and a lot of them being really small, I am just amazed that this was even 6 pounds. So make sure that you stay tuned for part 2, where we hydrate, we preserve our cabbage harvest. Because not only do we like to grow, but we probably like to eat a whole lot more. So I will see you guys soon. Happy gardening. Bye.